What's up? Semen retention, day zero. I relapsed today. Don't think that just because you relapse, man, that everything is just over for you and you know what I'm saying? Like, you're just a failure in life or whatever. Whenever you relapse, like, because me, I have a problem with watching, websites, self pleasuring. I have a problem with that, and I'm honest about that. You know, I'm on day zero semen retention, man. I'm just on this journey to become the best version of myself, bro. And any guys out there just defeating lust and being on semen retention, man, it's gonna allow you to get back the person you're supposed to be from a personal standpoint, a characteristic standpoint, how you interact with people. You know, it brings it back to how it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to be nervous around people all the time and scared to talk to people. You know, I was just talking to my brother last night. You know what I'm saying? Anxiety, it take away how you supposed to naturally be, you know. And that's what, when you masturbating and watching porn, you know what I'm saying? A lot of your energeticness in life, it goes away, especially for a man, like, you know, and it give you so many problems, like it's giving me problems, like for example, like it can give you porn induced erectile dysfunction, which is extremely, extremely, extremely embarrassing to talk about, you know. But it's a reality, and guys need to know that because a lot of guys are just so embarrassed to talk about stuff like that. You know what I mean? Uh, but outside of that, I'm working on my daily habits and stuff as far as working out, reading my Bible, making sure I go out and socialize with people, you know, and yeah, man. I mean, that's just one of my goals right now. I think I do want to be a personal trainer at some point, like with working out. But like I want to be able to have a better diet and control that better and stuff. Because semen retention is all about just focusing your energy on your goals. It's not about, you see all this stuff like, oh, you can become superhuman when you get on semen retention. You become this and that, you know. And in reality, man, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Don't live in fantasy land. Be in real life, work towards your goals. Stop thinking about all these benefits of semen retention and stuff. It's just you're gonna get an inherent benefit when you're not doing sexually immoral things. When you're not, you know what I'm saying, watching websites, masturbating. It's a benefit from you just not doing that. You know what I'm saying? That is the benefit, just not doing it and focusing on your goals instead. That's the benefit. And in other words, that's transmuting your sexual energy. Because as I get older, I'm just looking at a whole bunch of different stuff, like who I want to be. You know what I'm saying? 10 years from now, 10 years from now, I'll be 31 years old, and I'm just understanding that if I don't do something right now, you know what I mean? The years gonna add up, bro. The years is gonna add up because if you would have told me when I was 16 that I'd still be struggling with, watching websites and stuff like that, you know, I wouldn't believe you because I know that, I thought I was gonna be able to get over it like that, but it's not simple like that. But I could have gotten over it at that time. But the problem was I kept giving in. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't doing everything I was supposed to be doing to get that out of my life. And this is why I didn't know what transmutation was. I didn't know all the things that I know now. Even though I still struggle with it now, I've had I have a better understanding about, just your sexual nature and your ability just to say no to stuff like that. But but because I relapse, I'm on day zero, you know so it's a process, man. I won't try to act um like it's just something like you can just get over like that, but I'm saying you can get over it like that. It just depends on how much you want to get away from it. And I think with me being around certain people, it made me have certain mindsets like, oh, it's not that bad, or you know what I'm saying, I just need to go and get girls and stuff, which Uh, I do need to go out and talk to more girls, I believe, but I won't fix the problem if I still can't control myself sexually. You know what I'm saying? The problem is still there because it wouldn't matter. Like, okay, I'm having sex with a girl in real life, right? But you still can't control your sexual desires, which means like you gotta have sex and you gotta, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta get to a point where you can say no and you can still like you still have control over yourself. You know, just switching the addiction to a different thing. You know what I'm saying? Switching from masturbating to having sex in real life, it's better. You know, don't get me wrong, it's better. But at the same time, that's not fixing the problem. That's just making the problem a bit more a bit better. You know what I'm saying? You in a better circumstances. You know, because I would always say with any guy like it's always better to go out and try to talk to girls and have sex with girls than you know go and just masturbate all day and watch porn. You know, it's always better to just go and do it in real life. I do agree with that, but at the same time, it's guys who got 7 kids and got 7 kids and 5 baby mamas and stuff, and they struggling to take care of themselves and take care of their kids, and you know what I'm saying. A lot of the times, this guy I keep having one night stands with women and keep, you know what I'm saying. Like the lust is still there, the problem is still there. He never actually get control of himself, you know. So I believe that's just that's not fixing anything, you know. So even if I go and get a girlfriend or whatever, and I start having sex with her, you know what I'm saying, is that fixing the problem? Because the only way it can be fixed is if you can walk away from it and it's not controlling you, you know. And I think that lust will control you. You know, lust will control you. You know, regardless if you masturbating or or you just having sex with a girl, like it's still gonna mess you up at the end of the day. You know, but as far as my daily habits, man, you know, I feel like my main thing right now is going to the gym every day, or most days, as far as like, you gotta account for like rest days and stuff like that. But going to the gym, reading my Bible every day, and I'm going, focus on like posting a video every day. And like I be getting so caught up in like what I'm gonna do with my life every day. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I can't wait for no perfect moment. I can't wait for this to happen and that to happen, or I gotta be in the perfect place to start this or to do this. At the end of the day, man, you just start. You know what I'm saying? And it's so much stuff out of my control. It literally is so much stuff out of my control, and so I can't focus on, you know, when I'm gonna get to this point of success or like I can't focus on the time frame. I really just gotta put in the work and keep going towards the goals. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter even if I reach it or I don't reach it. Just work towards something. Work towards something. That's the main thing at the end of the day, man. And you know, with me being on this journey with semen retention, bro, I just want to help inspire people this in my position, to let them know, okay, they can get over anything they can in life. You know what I'm saying? Don't let your sexual desires and your sexual nature control you. Make at the end of the day, you have control over your body, not your body has control over you. So I think that's where I want to start it. Day zero. Tomorrow gonna be day one. If I relapse today, if I relapse tomorrow, I'm gonna let y'all know. I'm not gonna be on no lying stuff where I'm lying about. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm actually on this day, on that day. I'm gonna be fully transparent with y'all, man. Uh, yeah, man. I'm on day zero. I relapsed today. I'm not crying about it. I'm not looking for sympathy. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna help people with the advice I have, even though I do think my advice is limited. I don't have much experience with anything, but I'm gonna just be transparent and grow, with myself, personality wise, and overall, become a better man, and my goal is just to help and inspire those out there that's in my position. That's all I got to say. Peace out.